Play.
Hi, welcome back to On The Volley, or as we like to be known, OTV, where we talk about all things football. Now, tonight we're going to be talking about the Celtic against Real Betis game. As we all know, Celtic played Real Betis tonight in one of the the Europa League, group stages, their first game. And I'm here with an ardent Celtic supporter, Mike.
No.
So, Mike, Celtic lost 4-3.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you think about it, they scored 3 goals, but they let in 4. What do you think of that?
Well, this is a long-term disease. That first things first. I think if you were to consider this under the old kind of rules of Europe, a head-to-head game with away goals, you'd be delighted with 4-3 away from home against Spanish opposition.
Yeah. But it's not like that now.
But it's not like that now. It's absolutely not like that. But the problem is that this is Celtic have had 3 managers, Lennon, Postacoglu's new one, Lennon, Rodgers. We have the same problem all the time, in that we leak goals. Our defence is badly organised. Doesn't matter what the personnel is at the back. We keep chopping and changing. Tonight was new Curtis Vickers, Starfelt. You've got a new Ralston. You've got Juranovic. An entirely new defence who make the exact same mistakes that were made a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
But let me ask you a question. You said it. They've got a brand new defence. So do you think it's a problem of the defence, or do you think that they need to gel as a defensive team?
Well, I think there's a couple of things at play. Yes, tonight, Curtis Vickers and Starfelt, this is their second game playing together, okay?
Yeah.
That's fine. But, again, I'm looking back and saying that I've had this conversation with my friends so many times. It's every time we've got new defenders, this time we're going to sort it out. And then we don't. It's the same basic schoolboy errors. And tonight there wasn't a terrible, obvious error, but it was badly organised. It was poor defending, people weren't working together. They were looking, they're not looking at the runners, they're looking at the ball. Guys coming down to cross the ball, everyone's looking at the ball, and there's a runner coming in behind them. Not a single defender is looking at the runner and marking the runner, which, in 2 or 3 of the goals tonight would have been stopped if you just look at the runner and stop the run. And I think the fundamental problem is John Kennedy, who is the one link, who's been there through all these managers. He's been there for a long time. He was the defensive coach, assistant manager. He's still there, as far as I can tell. If he was a defender, and he was a defender, curtailed by injury, I think they showed a lot of loyalty to him by keeping him on. But literally, if you're a statistical analysis, right?
So you're saying it should be changed?
I think it should, absolutely should be. I don't know why he's still there. I genuinely don't understand it. If you're looking for the common thread in bad defending, right, you change your manager and you keep the same kind of assistant manager, stroke defensive coach, whatever he is. I don't know what he does. And the same problems persist. All you have to do is draw. It's not complicated. What's the one common thread in your poor defending?
So the problem is John Kennedy, but
I don't know the ins and outs, and this is part of the problem with Celtic as well. Nobody really knows the ins and outs. There's the boardroom drama. There's people staying at the club. When you talked about this, when a new manager comes in, normally, in a properly run club, a new manager comes in and the backroom staff all leave, and the new manager brings his backroom staff with him.
Which wasn't the case now.
Which wasn't the case this time, and wasn't the case before. Literally, for whatever reason, the club has massive loyalty to backroom staff, and they don't trust the new manager to bring his own backroom staff.
But do you think that will change? Because I think they have a lot of faith in Ardent Celtic Fan.
I think it's right to have, because I think he's clearly a good manager. He has made a big difference already.
Exactly.
Right? And there's a lot of new players coming in tonight. Again, we lost 4-3 to Real Betis, missing Callum McGregor, missing Lila Bada, missing James Forrest, missing Kyogo, if I haven't said it already.
Furuhashi,
Missing the New Year striker, the Greek guy.
Giacomakis.
That we've just literally signed. We missed like half the first team, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Albion Ayeti is not up to the job. He scored a goal tonight, basically bounced off his chest. He was lucky. And I'll be frank about the penalty. He bought that penalty. He was falling down before the goalkeeper came anywhere near him. You know, so I would say that the fact that we got 4-3 with a striker who's not worth very much, with like several first team players missing, is a good result. However, our defence was good. Our defence, as ever, as has been for the last 3-4 years, was terrible. And I don't, it has to be fixed. It has to be fixed.
Okay. Look, I think you're a little bit hard on Ayeti, yeah, because the guy, I don't think he's been given that many opportunities. I will say that I believe he's down the pecking order when it comes to Kyogo Furuhashi. I don't know about Giacomakis because I haven't seen him yet.
I don't know.
But he was the top scorer, in the Holland
of course,
division.
It's going to be 40 per club. For the club who got relegated.
Okay, so we're basically saying that Yeti is going to be down the pecking order to like third place.
Yeah.
Okay, behind those two. One would assume. Look, the question I ask you. Okay, I mean Celtics scored 3 goals. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, they weren't embarrassed. Okay?
No, they were not.
You can't say they weren't embarrassed.
No,
okay?
they were not embarrassed.
Real Betis is a Spanish team, and the Spanish know how to play football.
And I know with someone like Fekir in their team, that's way above the quality level. Like somebody like Fekir would never come to Celtic because he's too good to come to Celtic. So that tells you a story.
I don't agree with that. I don't think that he's too good to come to Celtic. I think that the Scottish League is underrated. Okay.
No, I mean I think you're right. Yeah,
I think Celtic are a great team. I mean, there are 2 teams in Scotland, let's be honest, okay, right? They've dominated.
Celtic and Hampshire,
and Rangers. I know, I'm sorry to all the Celtic fans, but that's the truth. If you go and look at the history and the stats, it's those 2 teams, and you can't deny that.
No, of course, you're right, you're right.
But, the bottom line is they've gone away to Seville, to play Real Betis, Yes, they lost 4-3. They scored 3 goals. I can't understand. You score 3 goals, but you let in 4.
Look, again, this for me, it's a disappointment. It's defensive errors. You go up 2-0 away from home after 30 minutes against a good Spanish team. That is the point where you should be able to see that game out. You should not be dropping literally 2 goals in 2 minutes.
That's not Angie's style, though.
No, but I don't think it's his fault. I think both of those the first goal was a bit unlucky. They got a ricochet, it came through.
Yeah.
Second goal, I'm sorry, that should have been defended.
Yeah.
Second goal, and then the second half as well. Literally, I can't remember if it was the 3rd or 4th goal. The ball comes down the wing, and the kind of there's all the time in the world for the winger to come and put a cross in, and fine, he had all the time to put a cross in, and then literally the central defenders are looking at the guy with the ball, and what happens? The attacker makes a run behind them because they're not looking at him. They're both like this, and then what happens when you're looking at the guy with the ball? Attacker makes a run behind you, the ball gets fired in. Who's going to win the ball? The attacker, because the defenders are standing there looking at the guy. You don't look at the guy when he's going to put the ball. You look around you and say, what are the threats in the box? There's a guy behind me. Literally, he was the one guy in the box, and there's 3 or 4 defenders. What do? You look at the guy in the box and you stop his run. And if you can't stop his run, you try and block the ball out.
Do you think Celtic will get out of this group?
I think they've got a chance. Look, Bayer Leverkusen is a very good team.
Yeah.
What it's going to come down to, I think Celtic will probably take 6 points off Ferencváros. We're not that great. Celtic are getting better. It all depends on can we get 1 win at home against either Bayer Leverkusen or Real Betis. If we can, maybe.
Do you think we can?
I would say probably not. I think it's too early on. I think I've got a lot of faith in the new manager, but I think he needs a year. And again, this comes down to me is people don't have enough patience in managers. You get a new manager in, sometimes it takes a year, 2 years for them to really make the team click and work. So I would give them the time and the patience. If we get knocked out, but I would not be surprised because Leverkusen and Real Betis are better teams than we are.
Look,
I would say.
I think they have, they are going to be difficult positions. We knew it was going to be difficult against Real Betis. I thought we'd win. I actually thought maybe Giacomakis would be playing.
He's still not.
But he's not up to speed. Yeah. Okay, as Ange said. I think he'll be ready in the next, or the weekend or next week.
Yeah, who knows?
So and Kyogo's out. But I think once he has everyone back in, then I think Celtic have a good chance.
I think you're absolutely right.
Of getting through the group stages.
But it depends because Kyogo's out for another 6 weeks. So he's going to miss at least another 1 or 2 games.
Is it 6 weeks? I'd heard 3 to 4 weeks.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, you read what you read.
I mean, has it been confirmed 6 weeks? Is that what you read?
The last thing I read was I tell a lie, 6 games, including 2 Europa League games.
Yeah, I think that counts to 3-4 weeks.
And here's the thing, I think tonight, if Kyogo had been up front, we would have ripped that team apart because, you saw their defence was ropey. We got through them, even with ponderous attackers.
So,
we ripped them through.
So Celtic could possibly beat them at home.
I think they possibly could, yeah.
I believe they will do.
I think it's absolutely possible. Provided, because when's the next game? Because in fact, the Betis game's going to be the last one, yeah.
I believe so.
Kyogo will be back by then. Forrest will be back. McGregor will be back. New striker will be up to speed. Abada will be playing.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's entirely possible.
Well, look, I think if we want to sum it all up, okay, Celtics scored 3 goals. They played well. They lost goals on defensive errors. But if we look at the whole package, 360 degrees, look at the players that are missing. I honestly believe Celtic are going in the right direction. They've gone to Real Betis and they've scored 3 goals in Spain. That is not a feat to be underestimated.
I completely agree. And you know what? I'm not disappointed with the result tonight. I expected us to lose. The only thing that bothered me tonight was the fact that we went 2 goals up.
Yeah.
And then it gives you some hope. And then
we let 2 goals in 3 minutes.
And the classic defensive errors that have happened too often to be coincidence, or too often to be, it happens. It's happened so often in Europe.
Well, let's hope that Ange sorts it out. Yeah. Let's hope that the players who still don't know each other gel. Yeah. I'm very, very positive. I believe that Ange will get it right. Okay. I believe that although Celtic lost, they went out, they lost the game with their heads held up high.
Yes, absolutely.
Apart from the defensive errors, obviously, I still believe it's a very positive performance, even though they lost, and, you can't ask more than what they've done.
I don't think so. And I think what's interesting tonight is, the Brendan Rodgers era, good of managers Brendan Rodgers was, we got embarrassed many times in Europe. Pumped, not just by really good teams, pumped by teams like Real Betis, because Rodgers...
Which wasn't the case this time around.
It was not the case. So I think it's an improvement. I love Brendan Rodgers. I respect what he does as a manager.
Yeah.
But I think his philosophy as a manager was beyond the capabilities of the players he had at his disposal. So I think I think we're not going to see this kind of embarrassments under this manager.
I agree with you. Anyway, I think that rounds it up. Okay, I think Celtic fans can still be positive. I think Celtic will come out of group stages once they get all the players back. Okay, I'd like to thank Mike. Okay, ardent Celtic supporter.
Ardent, very ardent.
Very ardent.
So ardent.
And well, listen. All I'd like to say is, if you like this video, please press like. Any comments? Please send your comments. We reply to all the comments, or at least we try to. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Okay, I will be doing another podcast on the game. Okay, and I'll do that tomorrow, and it'll come out in a day or two. Anyway, from me, Shah, I'm out.